All right, so let's take a look at some of the pros and some of the cons at completing a short sale.
If you want to sell your house very fast for cash, then House Cash In gets the cash flowing.
Pro number one is the obvious one. You get to avoid foreclosure. I mentioned in previous videos, and I mentioned at the beginning of this video, it does not get recorded as a foreclosure on your record once you complete the short sale. Another one, take back your freedom. You can take back your freedom and your peace of mind. No more threatening letters from the bank, no more calls from creditors of other debt associated with the property. All that's over with. You're able to walk away and just carry on with your life. Another benefit, well, it's a possible benefit, guys, is relocation assistance. Relocation assistance is offered, you're only eligible if you're the primary owner of the property. That's real important. The property has to be in your primary name. Example, it can't be an investment property. It can't be a multifamily property you bought for cash flow. It's got to be the property you're living in. Has to be. And even from there, the actual investor on the loan who owns your loan has to offer relocation assistance for you to be eligible. But look, if you're eligible, it's a beautiful thing. You get typically between $1,000 and $3,000 to leave the property. It's great. It's awesome. You get paid at settlement. No deficiency judgment is another huge benefit. Again, mentioned this in previous videos, mentioned this at the beginning of this video. The deficiency is that balance in between what you owe the bank and what it's sold for, and you do not have to pay that back. So it's a great benefit. The bank pays all the realtor commissions and hopefully all the rest of the closing cost. Because remember, at the end of the day, you're signing the offer, but the bank is approving it. So they're technically the seller on the HUD. So they're usually covering all of those costs most of the time. No legal fees. There's no legal fees as if you were going into a foreclosure. There's no foreclosure attorney involved. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have a family attorney you like to work with, if you have a foreclosure attorney that you feel comfortable with and you want them to look over the legalities and protect you, absolutely 100% use them in the transaction, because your short sale processor or your real estate agent will keep them updated step by step. So I'm not saying don't use them, but you don't have to go through the expensive legal process of compensating an attorney to bring you through the entire foreclosure process. That could be very long and very expensive. Believe it or not, guys, lenders like short sales. It sounds crazy, but they really do. There's 1,000,001 reasons why they like short sales. That's information for a separate video. But to put it simply, a bank is a business. Short sales are bad debt and they want it off their books. That's simple. And look, short sales are straightforward, which is another great benefit. There's this misconception that they're complicated and they're crazy and they're hectic. But if they're processed correctly, believe it or not, they're very straightforward. Think about it, especially on the seller side. There's no emotion involved. Think about if you're negotiating with a seller for their home. Oh, well, I lived in this house and I raised my kids in this house, so this is my counteroffer. When it comes to a short sale, there's none of that. The bank is very straightforward. They're going to make a counteroffer or an acceptance based off of the numbers and the facts. That's it. That's all they care about. Now let's get to some negative consequences, some of the cons of doing a short sale, because there's absolutely pros and cons to everything you do in life. Now, it has a negative impact on credit. I mentioned this before. It's an absolute fact. It's going to negatively impact your credit. Another negative is the bank has final say. You might be the one signing the offer, but at the end of the day, the bank decides what your property sells for and really whether or not it sells in the first place. And the last negative impact is that deficiency balance that you don't have to pay back. Awesome news. However, still have to pay taxes on it. So it's a good situation, but it's not a great situation because you're still taxed with that 1099-C. Guys, I hope this information helps, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day.
If you want to sell your house very fast for cash, then house cash in gets the cash flowing.